Hey guys, this is John out here in the shop today. The other day, I had one of our little 4x4 Hot Wheels trucks kind of get away from us, wound up underneath the recliner, and as somebody got up, one of the wheels got broke. This is not it, of course, but I decided it was time to fix it. Didn't have a suitable replacement wheel, but I come across something the other day at the everything's a dollar store, whatever they call that thing. Everything's a buck or something. Called the Turbo Wheels Monster Truck. Now those wheels are not quite as big as a Hot Wheels Monster Truck, but they're bigger than a regular Hot Wheel 4x4. And it's a buck. Kind of cheesy, but I thought I might could use those wheels to create another one. So that's what we did. And what I feel that we have is more of a country boy version. What do you think? Kind of like it. So, gone out and got us a couple of the camouflage version 4x4s. And I'm going to take one of these, put them together, show you how I did it, and y'all can let me know what you think. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright, here we go. Some of the things that we're going to be using. We've got our truck that we're about to customize. We've got our little donor car with the donor wheels. A pair of scissors, some 4-inch cable ties, a ruler, some crazy glue, black marker, Dremel tool, drill, coffee stirs, coffee stirs, and a X-Acto knife. And as far as I can remember, that's all I'm going to need. So we're going to get this set up, get it taken apart, and then put them back together. Alright guys, so first things first, we're going to take our Dremel tool and we're going to cut the old wheels off. Doing this, we do not have to drill it out or take the top loose from the base, so it's a lot easier than a normal wheel swap. So here we go. Alright, so we've got our wheels loose. Set them over to the side. And the next thing that we're going to do, if you can see this, you can see where it's rounded there. We're going to have to smooth those out. And then we're going to notch both sides of this with our Dremel. So here we go. Got her notched up, smoothed out. May have to go back and clean it up a little bit. We'll see once we get the axle set in there. But that's kind of the way it's going to go. Alright, so I've gone back in, cleaned it up some, widened those cuts out, but that gives you an idea of what it's going to look like. Alright, we'll set that to the side. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to take our donor car and we're going to take the wheels off. Pretty simple. All you have to do is pull. You got to pull pretty hard. As you can see, it's kind of milled on the end to press in there and then hold. with a little bit of pressure and without killing the camera, you can get them off easy enough. Alright, after that, we're going to take our coffee stirrer. See if I can straighten our camera back up. And we're going to make us a little axle that will mount to the bottom of that, and then the wheels will spin on it. Alright, so to do that, first we just need to mark it as so. And we go right to the end of that machined spot. And the easiest thing to do is just figure it out with your scissors and snip it. Alright, I'm going to make 3 sections all the same size. So we got 1, 2, if it'll come loose. Hopefully I'm still on camera. And then finally, number 3. Alright, so we'll set this one to the side. These are the 3 sections that we're going to use. Make sure they're all the same length. Looks like I got one just a little bit longer than the other. So I'm going to trim this off just a wee bit. And I'm going to take 2 of these. Use our X-Acto knife. Being very careful not to cut myself, I'm going to split it. There's the one. Here's the second one. Alright, and we left one hole. And all we're doing is basically making it stronger than it was just as a single piece. So we folded up the one, stuck it inside, and we're going to take the other one, we're going to let it go to the outside. And now that's about 3 times as strong as it was before. We're going to make another one, and we're going to glue that down. And once we get that glued down, our axle will just slide in. And we should be good to go. And I think I missed most of that. Anyway, we'll be good to go. Back in a minute. Alright, so off camera, I went ahead and made the second of the axle housings. And I've got them both sitting on the axles now. You can see them there. Next, we're going to prep the base to make it a little more sturdy. Try to do that on camera. I'm going to use my drill. And I apologize, I don't know what size drill bit I have on there, but it's pretty small. And hopefully you can see this. I'm just going to take and drill a hole right here into the base. Break it out just a little bit. And there's my first hole. Now I'm going to come over here right beside it and do a second one. Doesn't take much, it's just plastic. And now we've got 2. Turn it around to the other side and repeat the process until we have 4 spots. There's the first one. And the second. Alright. Now, I'm going to get ready. Get some of this off of here. Go ahead and put up my X-Acto knife before we wind up in the emergency room. Next thing I'm going to do is take a little bit of crazy glue. Put it out here. Just like so. Okay. Next, we're going to take our new axle housings and set them on there like so. Doing as best we can to get it straight and centered. That's pretty close. That's a little off. Yeah, if I can get it to quit sticking to my fingers now. That's going to be pretty close right there. So we're going to let those sit. Now I'm going to come in. The Silver Express Wheels 4x4 on here is in silver, and I don't like that. So I'm going to take my Sharpie and we'll just black it out ×4. I'll do one here. It's pretty self-explanatory. I won't bore you with all 4. Anyway, you get the idea. It doesn't take it off there. I guess I could try to grind it off, but I think it'd look worse than if I just cover it up and leave it. And we do that ×4, and I like to look a lot better. Alright, that's kind of how she's going to look. I'm going to hit the next 3, and then we'll be back. Alright guys, so we're back. I should probably give this a little more time to dry, but we're going to try to power through. I've got those blacked out. Next thing we're going to do is take our cable ties, and we're going to go through these 4 holes that we made with 4 cable ties, and we're going to put this whole thing together. Alright, so we're going to take our wheel and our axle, and we're going to insert it into our axle housing. Take our, yeah, and I knew I should have waited a little longer. But let's see what we get. Put it back on there. Put it back in position. As such. Now we take our cable tie and just feed it through. Take our second cable tie and do the same thing. Alright. Come back here and just tighten her up. We don't want to get her too tight. You don't want to pinch off the axle in there. So I'm going to stop right there for now. Second one we'll do the same way. Get them both tightened down. Try to get them lined up to where they both look similar under there. And we're going to leave it just like so. Alright. Alright, I'm going to repeat the process with the front. This time I'm going to do it a little different, I think. And start it without the wheels being on. I'm thinking that may be somewhat easier. But we'll do it just like the first. Put it through there, loop it together. I'm going to bring it down, but not too tight. About right there to start. And those look to be about the same. Now, we're going to put our axle in and hope I didn't get it too tight. There we go. Alright, so now we're ready to clip off our zip ties. So 1, 2, 3, and finally 4. Alright, there's our completed truck. Alright guys, there they are. That's what you get when you take a regular Hot Wheel, change his wheels out with whatever this turbo wheels. So it's a $1 upgrade, and we did that just using coffee stirrers. I'm sure if we wanted to go to Hobby Lobby and get something a little more heavy duty, it'd work out some better. But I didn't have that option today. And as you can see, she rolls. No real issue. She does not just keep rolling. But we may come back later after we can get to Hobby Lobby and try it out with something a little more substantial. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you thought about it. Bye.